All right, let's talk about Arsenal and Man City. 5-1. 5-1. I mean, come on. And I know the scoreline doesn't always tell the whole story, though, right? So we've got a ton of analysis to get through today to really figure out how this match went down.
Yeah, this was a really interesting one. I think we'll see why it was more than just a win. It's a real tactical story here. We'll dive deep into formations and how each player performed, and maybe even some of those psychological edges that can really shift a game's direction.
I'm ready. So going into this one, we had Arteta's Arsenal, right? I mean, they were known for that high press. They really forced those turnovers and then boom, counterattacks super fast. And they're up against, well, it's Man City, Guardiola's team. They pretty much invented possession-based football. They love to control the pace. And of course, they have Haaland. I mean, the guy just scores goals. So it was a clash of styles for sure.
And I think the really interesting thing is how Arteta kind of turned some of City's strengths into weaknesses. You know how City is known for their calm, cool passing game?
Yeah, they're always so composed.
Well, they were making mistakes, uncharacteristic errors.
Yeah.
Their passing was off. It just seemed off. It was almost like they were playing right into Arsenal's hands.
Okay, wait, I need a little more on that. How did Arteta actually use that to his advantage? Was it just the press, or was there something more to it?
Well, he recognized that City's fullbacks, they're usually so confident when they push forward, but that means that they can be vulnerable if you press them high up the pitch. So he had Saka and Trossard, his wingers, really close them down aggressively, and it worked. It forced those rushed clearances and just totally messed up City's build-up play.
Yeah.
It was risky, but it really paid off.
That is smart. So it's like he flipped the script on them. Okay, formations. Arsenal had their 4-3-3, right? The classic.
Right. Yep. They had White, Saliba, Maguires, and Zinchenko. Solid defensive line.
Yeah.
And then Partey, Rice, and, well, the amazing Odegaard controlled that midfield. And, of course, Saka, Jesus, and Trossard leading the attack. City went with their usual 4-2-3-1. Walker, Diaz, Laporte, and Gvardiol protecting the goal. And then Rodri and Kovacic holding down the midfield with Foden, Alvarez, and Silva all supporting Haaland.
Wow. So, okay, formations are set. Tell me about those individual performances. Who really, stood out to you? Who really stepped up?
Oh, man, there were some great individual stories in this one. I mean, you have to start with Odegaard. He's the captain. And, I mean, he scored in the second minute, 2 minutes in. And his vision, his passing, it was just incredible. On another level, the real surprise, though, I think, was Lewis Skelly, 18 years old.
No way.
Yeah, and he scored this screamer, absolute screamer. And then get this, he did Haaland's celebration, right in front of him.
You have to have some confidence to do it right.
Oh, yeah, that takes some guts. And Havertz, he came off the bench, and, I mean, he scored, and he got an assist. That just shows how versatile he is, and it shows that Arsenal has they have real depth this season. Even off the bench, these guys can change the game.
Yeah, he really made an impact.
And, of course, Havertz, even in a loss, he scored his 250th career goal. 250.
That's insane.
It really is. And he did it under pressure. Arsenal's defense, I mean, they were determined to shut him down. They did not want him to score. And he still got one. So it wasn't a cakewalk for Arsenal either. What about you? What were those moments for you where you were really on the edge of your seat?
I mean, substitutions are huge, right? They can really turn things around. So which changes did Arteta make that really flipped the script?
So he brings on Havertz, who we just talked about. But I think the real game changer was Ethan Nwaneri.
16 years old.
Yep.
16. And, he's the youngest player to ever play in a Premier League match. To put him in a game like this against City, it was a bold move.
Yeah, 16. I mean, some of the video games I play are older than that.
Yeah.
So what about his performance? Was it just energy, youthful energy, or did he actually show us something?
Oh, he wasn't just running around. This kid, he had composure on the ball. He made some really smart passes. I mean, some really intelligent passes, and even helped create a scoring chance. And he wasn't afraid of those City defenders. You could see his confidence just growing every time he touched the ball.
I bet that kind of fearlessness can really lift a team, right? So what about Guardiola? How did he respond to all of this? Did he try to wrestle back control? Yeah, he did. Guardiola tried to counter Arteta's press by, well, he had Rodri drop deeper, almost like a back three at times. But that meant that there was a gap, a disconnect between City's midfield and their defense. And Arsenal, they're quick, their passing, their movement, They exploited that space. It led to, I mean, it led to so many scoring opportunities. It felt like City, City's known for their discipline, right?
Yeah.
But it felt like they were constantly a step behind.
Wow. So it was like Arsenal really disrupted their rhythm.
Yeah, completely.
Okay. So so let's step back for a second. What does this result tell us about these two teams? I mean, is this a power shift? Is Arsenal like the new team to beat?
I don't know if I'd say it's a changing of the guard just yet.
Yeah.
But this win, it's a statement. Arsenal has shown they can play with the best and win. They have a young team, a lot of energy, and Arteta, I mean, he's tactically brilliant. And now they have the belief. They believe they can win the title.
It's got to feel good. So for City, is this just a blip, or are we seeing like some real cracks in the armor?
Look, City's still a great team. I mean, they have so much talent, so much experience. It's way too early to count them out. But this loss, it raises some questions, right? Can they fix their defense? Can they get that tactical dominance back? And can they handle the pressure?
Yeah.
Because now, they're the ones being hunted. Those are all things they need to figure out if they want to get back on top.
So we've got a real race on our hands now. It's not just about the title anymore, right? It's about these two teams and how they evolve. And the
Right.
power dynamic, it's shifting.
Yeah, exactly. This game, it's like, I don't know, it's opened up all these possibilities. Who would have thought that an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old would be the ones to like dismantle the champions? It's why we love football, right? The surprises, the moments of brilliance, you can't predict it.
This has been great. We've talked tactics and individual performances, the highs and lows, but we haven't even talked about like the fans, the media. What do you think? Are the Arsenal fans going crazy right now?
Oh, they have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of win they've been waiting for. Imagine the scenes at the Emirates and social media. Forget about it. It must be pure joy celebrating their team, beating their rivals. But there's another side of this story too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. While the Arsenal fans are probably out celebrating, I bet the mood over at City is it's probably a little different. 5-1. I mean, that's got to be tough to swallow, especially when you're used to being the ones winning by that much.
Oh yeah, it's humbling, definitely humbling. And then it's not just the players, the fans too, right? They've had years of just dominance, and now it's a wake up call, a reminder that nothing lasts forever.
I wonder how Guardiola will handle this, I mean, he's a tactical genius, but this feels like it's maybe more than just tactics. How do you bounce back from something like this, a loss that really shakes your confidence?
Well, Guardiola's a master at motivation. He could use this, use it to fire them up, turn it into a we'll show you kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
He might even make some big changes, try some new formations, maybe give some younger players a chance. Sometimes I think you need a setback to really to push you to reinvent yourself, to grow.
Yeah, like a reset. So what about the media? They must be having a field day with this, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're loving it. Arsenal's resurgence and Guardiola's tactics under fire. I bet they're even asking, is this the end of City's dynasty?
Yeah.
They'll be talking about this they'll be dissecting this match for weeks.
And social media, I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah, it's going crazy. Memes, reactions, arguments, both sides,
Yeah.
going at it.
So it's more than just a game, right?
This is when football becomes, I don't know, it becomes culture. It's a shared experience. It connects people. And it sparks all these conversations and debates. It's what makes it so interesting.
So as we wrap up, I'm left wondering, what does this mean for Arsenal? For City, will Arsenal keep this up? Can they really challenge for the title? And will they bounce back?
I don't know. And that's the beauty of it all, right? The unpredictability, the drama. You never know what's going to happen. Teams evolve, players change, and it keeps us coming back for more.
That's why we love it. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, football throws you a curveball.
It's been a great deep dive. Thanks for joining us.